Next slide. All right. Jesus is Lord of all. And if you look at that pie chart there, equal parts, right? Lord of all. So you don't have any problem because he gives what you notice that worship, leadership, relationship, possessions, finances, and language, they all are on the same page. So everything should be balanced in our life. One should not be more than one. That is unfair share of the pie. Next slide. Financial stewardship. All right. When we are in financial stewardship, when we talk about that, we're talking about acknowledgement of God's creatorship. So when I give back, yeah, or whatever I return, because it is not only tithe that you return, Bridget, right? There are other calls that will come, and we will just have to and get it out of the way. There are even though I return tithe, and I don't think I need to turn my tithe. The other 9/10 is not like I am some careless person. God still expects us to be stewards of that 9/10 that you have left. And so I don't know what tomorrow brings. So I am going to go up to the shop. And I am going to treat myself. And I am going to buy even things that you don't want, money. I am saying, Bridget, and God, Jesus is saying that you need to be stewards of your good stewards. So you don't expect that after you get the $1,000 for your tithe, and then you have $900 leave. 900 is mine. So you do all different sort of things, and then back now and say that I am flat broke. And back to square one. God is not pleased in my offering. But if I have the other part of in all of it, well, God knows I have to spend it because there's money in the bank. When I put it there, I just put it there for holding. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That is selfishness. That is when I put it down on the restaurant and I come home and realize that I need for it. It is mine. I am going back for that. But I am not, even if I come over years, you know them kind of mean people, Sister Marinelle. They have and they hide it and then they turn trouble to you. That is not proper management. That is not stewardship. That is, I don't even know what to call that. Yeah. So you work and live within your means. That so when we talk about financial stewardship, we are talking, therefore I owe him everything. Isn't that so? I owe God everything. Because the psalmist says that the cattle upon what? 1,000 hills belong to him. He said that if you go back and read Haggai, you know, it was about the construction of the temple when the people returned from exile. But there were people, Sister Alicia, who were living in lavish houses, right? And the temple of God was there in ruins. They did not seek to say that they want to assist in putting the temple together. And that's why God said to Haggai that when you bring it home, he will blow upon it and it become like dust. You have some people that earn money and you don't sweat go. I used to that look how much money earn on a weekly basis. You know that I earn it, you know, but you can't see nothing coming out of it. And therefore you don't even, it doesn't even have any value to you. Some people take it and eat it until different kind of ailments. And that is where the problem is. You have a point, Stelison? Okay. So we need to remember that it's acknowledgement of his expression of partnership with the divine. So when I give back to God, I am saying that I am in partnership with God. No, I don't like to show the partner thing that some people have brought away. Yeah, hear some real sad stories coming out of them. So I don't so much like that partner thing. But when I am in partnership with divine, I don't have to worry if when my job it works with partnership with the divine. Commitment to the Lordship of Jesus, of grace. So there are individuals who return offering. You talk about thanks offering. You went out this week and you see that you save some money off something. You can turn a portion of it to God. His gratefulness. He has seen you through the year. If there's something that you can, His grace towards you. Just the thought of knowing that He saved you is demonstration of our faith in His portion to Him. Then He said that He will what? Open the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing. Now, for some people, they believe that this blessing means that you're going to have to drive a luxury car, Sister Andrea, or you have to have a big house, and your children must be going to all the top schools. But that is not what God is talking about in blessing. Yeah, as I said, that He will never give us more than we can manage, right? So God knows in most instances that if you give Brother Eric certain things, then he's not going to return nowhere. He's gone about in business. But sometimes He still does it, even though He knows that I'm going to go. He still give it to me to prove the point that, look, I am not like you. But when the blessings come, you can't sit down and narrate. You know, I was listening to one preacher the other day, and I was just saying, when you listen to those kind of messages, there's nothing about God's grace in those messages. Even though the scripture passages that they use, if I were preaching that sermon or anybody else were preaching that sermon from a different background, they would have hinted more on the love of Christ in those texts rather than possession in those texts. So for some persons, the grace of God for them is blessing, and blessing is physical blessing. We don't need much physical blessing. We studied about the Israelites this morning. If they had forgotten about the Egypt thing, their minds would be more fixed on the Canaan. So when the guys came and said to them that we can conquer, they would have believed it because they would have had faith knowing that God would bring them through. But because their minds were elsewhere, they found themselves in problem. So I am coming to church. I should not be envious of the man who is collecting his lot of money or the man who is planting his drugs. I honestly, and I say this here and I say it there, I say it everywhere I go. I don't grudge a farmer for $50. Because what farming really takes to produce things and to get it, I don't grudge you. If you make $1 billion, Brother Wayne, I am happy for you. Yeah? But because the rigmarole of farming, I don't know if I have that patience and the temperament to continue with it. And therefore, there's no point. And I tell myself, I'm not going to grudge no drugs done or no illegal earning. I won't grudge anybody because I am not going to succumb myself to those low kind of lifestyle that some of them live. in order to say that I have wealth and the suspense and all of that. I am not going to do it. So therefore, I don't grudge you for it. I just stay within my league. And I encourage everybody, brethren, stay in your lane. Just accept what God gives you. Live in the covenant relationship with God. He said that if you do, he will. If you don't, then he won't. So you must know what sort of relationship you are going to develop so that when you get your $10, Sister Alicia, it values the next man $1 million.